Yes, ma'am.
When is the last time an incident occurred?
April 6th of 2023.
And what happened?
Do both of you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Your Honor, we're in a petition to establish the parent-child relationship. DNA testing was previously ordered, and the results are positive for Mr. Johnson being the biological father of the children Sky and Serenity. We have those results on file, and so I just asked the court to take judicial notice of the DNA test results on file with the court.
So noted. Do y'all have any questions about the DNA test results before we move on?
No, sir.
No.
Okay.
And as for the terms of an order, we have a partial agreement, so I'll read those into the record. Um, with the positive DNA, Mr. Johnson is being established as the biological father of the children. The parents are in agreement that the children's last name will be changed to Buford-Johnson. Miss Buford will be the parent who can designate the primary right of the children, the primary residence of the children in Dallas and contiguous county. However, sole managing conservatorship versus joint managing conservatorship is contested. Mr. Johnson's currently unemployed, so we used the minimum wage presumption to calculate his support and gave him credit for one other minor child that he has. Neither parent has access to health insurance at a reasonable cost, so the mother will obtain government coverage. Mr. Johnson has agreed to pay medical support of $72 per month beginning October 1st, 2024, and child support of $244 per month beginning October 1st, 2024. The parents are in agreement to a retroactive child support amount since the twins' birth in April of 2023 through today, with a total of $3,388 to be paid at $50 per month beginning October 1st. This amount was calculated with a credit of $760 that was given for past support. The parents are in agreement for a mutual non-disclosure of their personal information, and then the court costs to be billed to Mr. Johnson. I will call the mother first. Ma'am, will you please state your name?
Takaya Buford.
And what are the children's names?
Sky Buford and Serenity Buford.
Okay. And did you hear those agreements I just read out into the record?
Yes, ma'am.
And as to those specific terms, are you still in agreement?
Yes.
Okay. Has there been any family violence in the last 2 years between you and the father?
Yes, ma'am.
When is the last time an incident occurred?
April 6th of 2023.
And what happened?
It was when it was like 2 weeks before I was giving birth. Um he was seen slapping slash grabbing the back of my neck in the doctor's office.
And
I'm
were
sorry,
the
ma'am. Can you repeat what you just said? He was what?
He was seen slapping slash grabbing the back of my neck in the doctor's office.
I'm sorry, I
okay.
didn't understand you.
Lower, Miss Buford. We don't. You're using some terminology we never heard of, I guess, but I don't know what you're saying. Can you say that slowly again, please?
He was seen slapping slash grabbing the back of my neck in the doctor's office.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
And did the police, were they called or did security come over in the
Yes,
hospital?
yes, they called the police.
And what happened when they came out?
At the time, I believe they asked me if I wanted to press charges. At the time, I told them no.
Okay. And did they arrest Mr. Johnson?
No. I think they spoke with him though.
Okay. And have there been any other instances of family violence between the two of you?
Let me see. Another case where the cops was called. It was, October 3rd of 2022.
And what happened then?
Okay, me and Isaiah, we were in the car, driving from Plano back to his dad's house. Um, and I went to talk to him about our relationship, and also my dad. Um, I guess he didn't like what I was talking about, so he put me out his car. Um, then I told him, no, I'm not getting out the car right here because he picked me up from his dad's house, and that's where my car was. So, we're kind of going back and forth. So I called somebody to come pick me up. I guess he seen that. Like once I got in his car, he came back around. He wanted me to get back in his car, so he took me back to his dad's house, and then he told me to get out. He grabbed my phone, put it under his leg. I wasn't gonna leave without my phone. So I guess me and him started fighting back and forth for my phone.
Okay, and you said the police were called out?
Yes.
And did they arrest either one of you?
No, because he was gone. He took my phone and he left.
Okay, and have there ever been any charges of family violence against Mr. Johnson
No, ma'am.
or anything charged against you?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and have you ever had a protective order that says he cannot be around you?
I believe I did put one on him. I'm not sure if they was it like put it in force or something?
Okay, and are you requesting the court find that there has been family violence in the past between you and Mr. Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you requesting to be the sole managing conservator of the children?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe that's in their best interest?
Yes, ma'am.
And have you and Mr. Johnson tried to co-parent in the past together?
Mm, yes.
And whenever you do that, how does that turn out? What happens?
I mean, he tried to get him, but I already uh, said it to him before that, I don't feel comfortable, with their safety. Um, he would also come handle some business, and then he'll actually see them. So we'll go like to a public place so he can see them.
Okay, and so are you requesting that his visits be supervised with the children?
Yes, ma'am.
And how old are they again?
They're one.
Okay. Are you wanting the visits to take place at Kids Empire in Mesquite, Texas, every first and third Saturday of the month from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you requesting to be the supervisor, or is there anyone else you would suggest be the supervisor?
Me is fine.
And has Mr. Johnson ever had the children overnight without you being around?
No, ma'am.
Has he asked to do that or have them for a weekend?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and when he asks, what does that conversation look like?
I told him I'll think about it, or I told him no.
Okay, and how come you told him no?
I'm sorry.
And why did you tell him no?
Just the safety reason and the family violence.
Do you have any concerns for the children's safety being around him?
Yes, ma'am.
And what are those concerns?
I'm scared he might put them in danger, or might cause them harm.
Has he done that before in the past?
No, because I never left them around him, alone.
What kind of danger are you worried about the kids being in if they're with Mr. Johnson?
Maybe him putting his hands on them.
Okay, but you've never seen him do that before?
No, because we're always there, like in a public place.
Do you have any concerns with him using or abusing drugs or alcohol?
No.
Okay. I'll pass the witness. The state calls the father. Sir, will you state your name?
Isaiah Johnson.
Okay. And Mr. Johnson, did you hear those agreements I read out at the very beginning of this hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
And those specific terms, do you still agree to?
Yes, ma'am. I'm talking about the name and the child support.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Has there been family violence in the last 2 years between you and the mother?
No, ma'am. Everything that she said about me slapping her on the neck and grabbing her, that is the story. I have a child. I have another child myself I have never been accused of family violence. When she get in her feelings or when she don't like what I have to say, she make up those things.
Okay,
She
so Mr. Johnson, with that incident in the doctor's office, did the police come out and talk to you?
Yes, the police did come out and talk to me, and the police asked
Okay.
me what happened, and I said me and her was playing because previously before we walked through the door, she had hit me, so I had caught her off guard. But we was both playing. It wasn't nothing serious. It wasn't nothing violent. And the police was like, "Well, okay, it just looks kind of bad. I understand y'all was playing. Y'all play like that." And I said, "Yes, sir." And that was the end of it. And they just
Okay,
stopped
so they
questioning me.
didn't arrest you,
No, sir. I mean, no,
and
ma'am.
they did not arrest the mother either, right?
No, ma'am. We always play like that. My mother has been on the phone multiple times. I have witnesses where Takaya has pulled my hair. She has slapped me. The girl even threw a battery at me, hit me in the head, and I didn't never call the police on her. So violence, I never been violent to her or my kids. My kids' safety, my kids never been in danger around me in a public place or anywhere. What else? Family.
And has there ever been a protective order where you cannot be around the mother?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And have
Um,
you ever been arrested on any charges of family violence in relation to Miss Beaufort?
No, man, I'm not fan of violence, period. I don't even much play like that. I almost put my hands on people. If anything, family violence is inside her home because she does not have no patience when it comes to my kids. When they try to play with her, she yells at them or she throws them on the bed. Secondly, her father do not want me at his house, so he called the police every chance he get because he has previously stated that he would do whatever it takes to keep me out of her and my kids' life. Her father has also threatened to kill me and leave me dead in the middle of the street in a body bag. He has also threatened my mother and cussed my mother out. But am I worrying about that? No, I am not. I just worry about my kids for me to have rights to my kids because I have always tried to be there for them. I have always tried to take care of them, but Takaya would not let me. Takaya let her people control her. Just
Okay, so
because
you have issues with her parents threatening you?
and she let it go on. She let it go on. She let them say anything. She let them threaten me. She don't speak up. She don't
Okay,
do
and
anything.
Mr. Johnson, does she and the children live with her parents?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so are you requesting to be a joint managing conservator, meaning you can make decisions for the children together with the mother?
Yes, ma'am. I'm willing to do that. Then let her make all decisions.
Okay. And for visitation, are you wanting the standard possession schedule where you have every first, third, and fifth weekend of the month and where no visitation is supervised?
Yes, ma'am. Because why do I need supervision over my kids? I'm not gonna harm my kids. If that's the case, my other kids' mother would be complaining. I have nieces and nephews that I watch that's the same age, 3, 4 years old. Why would I abuse my own kids or put my own kids in jeopardy or in danger? That's not even much. Man, I'm 23 years old. I have a life to live. I have kids to live for.
And Mr. Johnson, when you've tried to see the children in the past, has what happens? Does the mother say no?
She says no. She tell me her people say they don't feel like it's safe. They don't feel like they should go with me. Every time it's about her people. Her people this, her people said this, her people said that. It's all about her people. She don't never make decisions for herself. She let her people dictate what happened to our kids or what the decision is about our kids.
And by her people, do you mean her parents?
Her parents, yes.
Okay. And if the court were to grant standard visitation with a neutral exchange location, is there a specific spot that you would agree to meet up with Miss Beaufort to do the exchanges of the children?
I can meet anywhere in a public place. I even must bring my mother if I have to. That's how serious I am. I bring a family member if I have to, just to get my kids away from her so I can have family time alone. Because that's all I've been trying to do is see my kids, be with them, take them to see my family. My kids been with her for the whole time. I've been trying to get her to let me take my kids to go see my family. Why they only know your family? Why they only can spend time with your family 24/7? Why they can't know my mother? Why they can't know that they other family members?
Okay, and Mr.
I
Johnson, you live in the DFW area as well,
Yes,
is that
ma'am.
right?
I even offered her. I even offered her on the weekday. She said, "No, I have to work." I said, "Okay, well, I text her on a Saturday where I know she'll be off." She uh, she still said no. She still made up a excuse. I make perfect opportunities for her. I asked her, multiple times, when she off. I make arrangements so she can feel comfortable. I said, if you don't feel comfortable with me, with them alone, you can come with me. You don't have to talk to nobody. You don't have to talk to my people if you don't want to talk to them. You can always come with me. She still want to act nonchalant with an attitude.
Okay. I'll pass the witness.
Mr. Johnson, are you a Dallas County resident?
Yes, sir.
You're not working right now?
No, sir.
We have a program called Choices that can help you look for work. You would have to agree to be in it, and that will help you with transportation costs, help you with getting to interviews, things like that. And it's a free program. They're here on Zoom with us today. Are you interested in that program?
No, I have a job. I'm just waiting on them to call me back.
Okay, how much is the job going to pay you?
I don't know. I gotta wait till they send the offer, but I don't want to lie to you, sir.
Well, you're saying you're unemployed. It sounds like you got a job coming up.
Yeah, I mean, like I told the woman, I had did the application last week, so they supposed to be calling me back this week.
Okay, so you don't, if that falls through, you don't want somebody to help you with getting a job?
I mean, I could find a job before next month. I can guarantee you that,
Okay, well, wouldn't Choices be able to help you?
sir.
Wouldn't the Choices program be able to help you?
Sure.
Okay,
Uh,
so you want to go in that program so they can help you, and then if you find a job, you just inform them that you already got hired somewhere else.
yes, sir.
Okay, let's do that so we can help you out. Okay, so I need you to hang around after court, after I'm done with our court hearing to speak to the choice representative.
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Buford, just a question here before I make my ruling. Have y'all met for in any public place before for like visitation exchanges or things like that? Or is there a place near your residence that you could pick as an exchange location?
I mean, normally we like meet at Burlington or like a food place, but it doesn't matter where we meet.
Well, we need to put in the court order, so we need to pick a place.
I guess
But
the Children's Empire in Mesquite, Texas.
what is Children's Empire? Is that a daycare center?
No, it's like a little kids playground, like a little fun area.
Okay. All right. So you want to use that as an exchange location?
Yes, sir.
They're open on Sundays too?
I'm not sure. Probably.
Okay.
It's a. Can I speak, Your Honor?
I just need to know if it's open on Sunday. That's all I need to know.
Can I speak?
Let me just check really quick.
I just need it's open on Sunday, Mr. Johnson. That's all I need to know. Is it
Oh,
open on Sunday or closed on Sunday?
they should be open on Sunday.
Okay. That's all I need
Yeah,
to
I
know.
think they are.
All right, so let me go ahead and make a ruling based on what y'all have told me today. The parts y'all have agreed to, those are all fine with me. If y'all are both asking for a mutual non-disclosure, that tells me very easily that there's been family violence between y'all two. So I'm making a finding
I
there's been
didn't.
family violence, and I'm appointing Miss Buford as a sole managing conservator of the child or children, I'm sorry, and she will make the decision since y'all are not able to communicate. You can't even share addresses with each other. The
The one.
visitation, stop talking. On visitation, I don't find a reason why that we should do supervised visitation or limited visitation. And so we're doing a standard visitation order, which means Mr. Johnson has the right to visit on the first, third, and fifth Fridays of each month from Friday at 6 until Sunday at 6. That's unsupervised. You're going to meet at the Kids Empire for visitation exchanges, and you should not have any reason to go to each other's residences. You got to remember to bring the children back on time, and then make sure, of course, the children are safe when they're in your possession. All right, Ms. Nutt, do you have an address for that?
For Kids Empire, yes, we have one on Gus Thomason Road. Ms. Beaufort, is that correct?
It's Buford, and yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, and then I'm ordering Mr. Johnson into the choices program so they can help him look for work, and court calls bill to Mr. Johnson. The Attorney General's office will put that all in writing. I encourage you to read the order so you understand everything that it says. Anytime that you'll have a dispute in the future, you need to read the order. You need to follow the order, even though you may not agree with it. All right, Mr. Johnson, you need to hang around to meet with the choice representative. And so just wait just a moment here. They're going to take you to a private room. After you're done speaking to Mr. Brown, then they'll let you go for the day. From there, you don't have to come back and see me. Ms. Buford, you can go ahead and press leave to exit the courtroom completely since there's nothing else to do. All right, thank y'all.
Okay. You're welcome.